Hi y'all, this is Dina and welcome back to my channel Pursuing Peace, and in today's video I'm going to share with you a simple way to teach letter recognition and letter sounds to your little ones. So stay tuned. Alright, show me, what is that letter? Good job. What's that? B. Good. What is it? X. Good. What's that? Good. What is that one? Good. Turn it around. What does it say? Or what is it?
Qua.
Qua. Good.
Letters.
Letters. Let's play letters. So for those of you who are new, I am a homeschooling mom of 4 kiddos, 5 and under. And I'm sorry if it seems like I don't know how many kids I am homeschooling or how many kids I have, but we are expecting our 5th one, and my oldest is about to be 6. And so it's all kind of messed up in my head a little bit. But anyway, so this video is something that I have noticed like on the Facebook pages, and just different people have asked me personally how I teach letter recognition and letter sounds, because that's something that's pretty important when you're trying to teach your little ones. It's like the basic steps that you do before you teach your little ones to read. And so it's something that a lot of people have questions about, and it's something that can be a little bit difficult depending on the child, depending on the circumstances, especially too if you are new to homeschooling and you are just starting to teach your preschooler or kindergarten. Teaching them to read, teaching them, letter sounds, ABCs, all of that, that can be a little bit daunting. And so I wanted to give you guys a simple way that I had found to teach all of that without a lot of fuss. So when I was first starting to homeschool my oldest, I realized fairly quickly that she was having a little bit of trouble remembering the letter sounds for each of the individual letters. She could remember her ABCs and she was starting to recognize them pretty well, but it was hard for her to remember the sounds. So, I started doing research, which we all do, and I stumbled upon a YouTube channel called JDA, and I have mentioned her in other videos of mine before, but she had what I think is a brilliant way and a very simple way to teach letter recognition to even kids who are younger than preschool age, so like 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds. Just a very simple way to do that. And when I tell you this, you're going to be like, no, this can't work. But I'm here to tell you this is how I taught all 4 of my kids, all 4, including the 1.5-year-old, their letters, their letter recognition, and their letter sounds. And I definitely give all of this credit to JDA. I am just kind of sharing her information and her knowledge with you guys. I'm going to link her channel down below, and I'm going to link the specific video that I saw of her doing this with her little one and her kind of talking about, teaching letter recognition and different things like that. So make sure to go to her channel and check that out too after you've watched this one. So if you've seen any of my other videos, I'm very simple. I like simple things. I don't like stuff that I have to plan out a whole lot. And so I'm going to give you 2 things that I use to teach my kids their letters. So the first thing I want to show you guys are flashcards. And I know when you say flashcards, it's like, oh, flashcards for little kids. Oh, that's like evil. It really isn't. And they enjoy it. And I'm not saying I'm going to sit them down and make them do these flashcards for an hour. This is not how it works. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do this. So if you look at JDA's channel, she's got flashcards that are just lowercase. But I already had these, and so I use these. So these have the uppercase and lowercase. Teaching your kids lowercase letters are super important because when they start to read, most of the words that they're going to start with are going to be lowercase letters. So I teach them both at the same time. I found that with my kids, at least, they're able to grasp uppercase and lowercase and put them together with no problem if I just show it to them at the same time. I also have this that I printed out from JDA's, I believe it's her Teacher Pay Teacher account. I will try to find that again. I've had this for years. So, but if you can't find it, it's pretty easy to make. You could even just write it out. But these are all lowercase, and whenever we sing our ABCs, I pull this out and, we just sing A, B, C and just go all the way down. And so then they're seeing their lowercase letters first. And a lot of things will use uppercase letters, especially for little kids. And so I never really had to make sure they always have lowercase and they always have uppercase. Uppercase kind of comes naturally. It's more the lowercase that you have to be more intentional about. Anyway, so I have that, and then I have the flashcards, and I'm going to show you how I do the flashcards. So when I first sit down with my little ones and start to show them these flashcards, I say the sounds for them. So A, B, K, D, and so on. I'm not going to sit here and do that for you guys. I think you know your letter sounds. So anyway, so go through all of the letter sounds, the short vowel sounds, which are A, E, I, I always teach them those first. And you really just are going through this. And just one time, if they like it, I'll go through it a couple of times, but you just go through this. At this point, all of my kids have had experience with this. So now I don't even have to say the sound for them. So I'll just show them this letter, and then, they say A, B, K. And it's so neat. The way that I have figured out with all of my kids that they are really learning is that they start to read my t-shirts. So when I'm changing their diapers or just playing with them and doing different things like that with them, they start to read I should have worn one that had letters on it, but they start to read and they start to do that. I'm like, oh my goodness, you are understanding what I'm teaching you. So that's been so fun and just a neat little way to discover what they've discovered. I have 2 day in the life videos. If you've seen any of those, you have seen us do it during circle time. It's just so amazing to watch. My kids already know their letters and their letter recognition going into Letter of the Week program or the Good and the Beautiful pre-K. It's all just kind of reiterating what they've already learned and kind of laying that really good foundation for them. And then it's just fun at that point for them because they know, hey, that's a G and that says G. And now we're going to do a bunch of activities around the word G. And then just kind of letting them understand that, globe, that starts with G, and God starts with G, and, just a bunch of things like that. So I'm not saying do this and then your kid is set forever. I'm just saying that this is a very good way to start them off. Another thing that I have recently discovered, Leapfrog Letter Factory. And this is recommended in the Letter of the Week program that we use by Confessions of a Homeschooler, but I just never bought it. But we found it at our local library, so I picked it up one day, and we have a little TV in our van, and so I popped it in for the kids on the way home from the library, and they just absolutely fell in love with it. And it basically is a cartoon, and it goes through all the different sounds of the letters in such a fun way that they remember this really well. So it's something that I most definitely recommend. If you are having trouble teaching your kids, recognition and sounds of the letters, then Leapfrog Letter Factory is on my top list. Obviously, it's my second. So flashcards, Leapfrog Letter Factory. And they have little kind of songs that go with it or little things that go with it. And so when we're doing W, they sing whoa, 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 So I think it's a rap song, so I'm not going to sit here and rap for you. But it's just really neat, and it teaches the kids what they need to know. So yeah, you guys, I think that's it. So I just have those 2 things, flashcards, Leapfrog Letter Factory, and I will link that below also. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I hope that this was encouraging and helpful to you guys, because I know that this is something that can be a little bit overwhelming because we don't remember how we learned on any of this stuff, right? So if you don't have any experience or background in teaching kids this stuff, then it can be a little bit daunting. So I really hope and I pray that this was helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And when you do, click the little bell icon so that way you know whenever new videos pop up. And don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Dina_pursuing_peace. We are moving soon, so you get all the latest updates over there on Instagram. So yeah, guys, I hope you're having a blessed day. Bye.